Hi everyone, it's Natalie. I am doing a week 30 and 31 pregnancy vlog for this week. Um, if you've been watching my videos, you know we went to San Antonio last week for my husband's work conference, and we kind of turned it into a baby moon at the same time. We were there for about 4 days and it was great. So with that, and then kind of getting back into the swing of things, there hasn't been a ton of stuff going on. There's been a few fun and exciting things and some not so exciting things. Um, but let's start with how week 30 went for me. Um, it's pretty momentous to hit week 30. It's like, oh my gosh, I only have 10 weeks left. This is amazing. I can't believe it. It just seems like this whole pregnancy has gone by so fast. Um, and it's really exciting too. And it's also kind of nerve wracking because we still have so much to do, but I have my shower this Saturday. So I think we're going to be in major crunch mode after this weekend. But week 30 was, like I said, it was pretty momentous, just hitting that 30-week mark. No huge changes. Um, One of the cool things that I actually noticed in week 30, and I think a lot of people noticed it earlier, is that the baby is actually getting hiccups and actually pretty frequently. Um, I first felt them when I was on the plane, which was kind of exciting too because you're sitting there kind of cramped in your seat and all of a sudden you feel like these constant little flutters and they're kind of more in the lower region and you're like, I don't think that's a consistent kick. It's the way I think to best describe it is like little consistent pulses that aren't too hard, but if you really stop and focus on it, you're like, those are hiccups. And it was just really cute to experience that. And actually, I actually experienced it this morning too, which was kind of funny. So I think he's kind of on a regular hiccup routine right now. Um, but other than week 30, this past week, like I said, in San Antonio, if you've ever been there, there's a river walk and we stayed like right on there. So we were doing a ton of walking. Of course, I was in the most comfortable shoes I could find, and I could wear, which is basically tennis shoes or like really supportive flats, just because my foot issues. But I noticed between the warmer weather, which it wasn't too warm down there. It was in like lower 70s during the day, and then mid 50s, mid to high 50s at night. So it wasn't like extreme heat by any means, but I noticed from the weather being a little warmer and then also being on my feet a lot more and not being able to like lie down and elevate my feet as much, my feet were so swollen. And it was crazy because I drink a lot of water and I try to elevate my feet when I get home, and I'm still on my feet a lot during the day even at work. But it was really, really crazy. So I was icing my feet like twice a day. Every time we got a chance to like go back into the hotel, I'd like go down to like the ice vending thing and fill up that plastic bag and literally like put them on my feet just to kind of help the swelling. Um, it kind of worked, but it kind of didn't. But it felt so much better because I felt like not only it was like swollen, but there was like a lot of heat to it. So my feet always felt constantly warm. So I can definitely tell now that I'm back at home and more in my regular routine. Um, Things are kind of back to normal. So that's really, really good. And I'm really glad that I'm not going to be like 8, 9 months pregnant in July and August because I know I would just be crazy swollen. One of the things that I actually bought for the trip that I was really excited to try, because I'm a firm believer in Spanx in general, is I brought a lot of like maxi dresses, like pregnancy maxi dresses, and some pregnancy maxi dresses, the ones that just have a lot of stretch to them that I knew would fit my body at this time. And I went and bought these pair of, they're from Motherhood Maternity, and they're about $20. And if you have a discount, see, so it says motherhood maternity. These are size small and medium, and I'm normally around a size 6 in dresses. And of course, I'm just, my hips and everything are a little bit bigger. But like I said, Spanx, you don't want to go too big anyway, because you want to get that taut feeling. And these actually worked out really, really good. They have like the little panel. These are, of course, inside out, just because I wanted you to see the tag or whatever. But they have panels for the stomach and your little booty, so you get a nice little support back there, which is great. These were perfect for my maxi dresses. These were perfect for my formal dresses. I felt that I was very fit in, and it made everything a lot more smooth, and there was no lines. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend going out and buying a pair. The new color worked great for me. I didn't really buy black because I really didn't think I needed anything. But I think having just at least one pair is great. Let's see, for week 31, which I'm basically almost finished with week 31. I'm on to week 32, but this is kind of maybe why I'm not so peppy today, is because I actually caught a stomach virus over a weekend on Saturday. I think at this point in your pregnancy, like, you feel like your stomach is up here, and it's not the best feeling. And I try to eat small meals. I never really eat a huge meal at one time, and I've always kind of been like that anyway. I'm just a constant snacker. But I noticed I was pretty hungry at dinner on Sunday night, and I went to eat, and it was just not sitting right. It was not sitting right. It was totally up here, and it was just like, it's just one of those feelings where you're like, I just want to like literally throw up, because I know I will feel better. And I eventually did. And it was kind of scary because I had nausea in my first trimester, but I never really threw up. I managed it. I had the nausea wristbands, and those seemed to kind of always take the edge off of it. I always had Sprite, and so I was constantly drinking and keeping myself hydrated. And I, knock on wood, never puked. And then, of course, I caught something over the weekend, and it has just been miserable. I actually, like I said, I threw up the night before, like 10 o'clock. So luckily that came up, but then it was like consistently like every 3 to 4 hours, up until about 24 hours ago. I called the OB nurse, and that's what, of course, if anything happens like that, you definitely want to touch base with your doctor, because you want to make sure that if you can't keep fluids down, that you need to go to the hospital and get IV fluids immediately. So when I eventually talked to her, we kind of discussed how I was feeling, what I was able to keep down. I had ice chips, I had Sprite, I had some applesauce, and then I had some, let's see, I didn't have dry toast until later, but I just try to have something in my system, and I try to, keep elevated or whatever, so that like nothing was going to go down and upset my stomach again. And it worked. And then around noon, I think I felt good. And then she basically said, if for some reason their office closed at 4:30, so if they're like, if you have another episode, we have to send you to labor and delivery in order to get fluids. And knock on wood, I didn't have any issues. I still felt very like weak and achy, but I'm feeling a lot better now. I've got a little bit of a headache because of my lack of caffeine, but I'm doing okay. So that in a nutshell is kind of the last 2 weeks. And like I said, sorry I'm not feeling that great, but I'm getting better. And I'll have more updates for you for week 32. So thanks again for watching. Bye.